Everyone, hope everything's going well. All right, today I want to discuss how everything is fake. Okay, now that's a hyperbole, but hear me out. If you look at the cleaning, right, which I totally disagree with. Now, half my audience, or maybe not half, maybe a third, are definitely cleaning their cards. And I've explained this over and over and over again. You do that, you're artificially increasing the amount of higher grades. You're destroying the scarcity out there. Well, they're saying, well, it's not like trimming out there. Okay, that's fine. But just think about this. My own opinion, these cards are juiced. If you go to the 1990s, I remember as a kid, look at my logo, the Chicago Cubs. They had Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa, it was hitting home runs left and right. I still have those newspapers. I don't know if they're in my parents' house or if I have them at my own house. But the reality is that Sosa was juicing, and then when he went to the Baltimore Orioles in 2005, he became really skinny. And I remember Chip Carey during that time frame, who was the announcer for the Cubs at the time, who's now I think with Turner Sports. Anyways, he said, well, I don't know how to say this, but Sammy Sosa's a lot skinnier. All right? That's what everyone was talking about. That, okay, this was artificial. Mark McGwire with the Cardinals, he was hitting home runs left and right. He had, 70 home runs. And if you saw the documentary, I think in 2020, the ESPN authors or the ESPN guys asked him, hey, have steroids hurt your health? And he said, yes, they have. Now, these cards may not, these chemicals that are in Kurt's Card Care, they're not going to hurt your health. But if you look at the cards long term, what is going to happen? We don't know the long-term implications. Kurt's Card Care hasn't disclosed the ingredients to my understanding or what's in his foreign substance. What is it going to do to the cards? We need to have a chemist look at this to determine what's going to end up happening. If you want to do this short-term flipping, okay, short run it may work, but if you're trying to buy something long-term, you don't know what's going to end up happening with that. And talk about, how this hobby is fake. I mean, look at the loaded boxes, right? How do all these breakers get these boxes? You tell me. How many cards are trimmed? Sports Card Radio has covered trimmers over many years. Okay, maybe during the pandemic, it didn't happen so much because all you could do is you could just flip and flip and flip, and people were making money left and right. But people will say, like, okay, you're obsessed with cleaning and all this stuff. You're not talking about the real issues, altering. I am going to be talking about the trimming and the altering. I've done some videos, and PSA hasn't done anything. PSA, and I will do a video in the next week or so. I've shouted out PSA. I've sent DMs to Nat Turner. He's done nothing when I've showed him evidence of trimming of cards. Okay? That's why I knew that they'd probably do nothing with this Wemby situation. But just talk about how, besides this influencer culture that is fake, I want to talk about something that is a taboo subject, which a lot of people won't talk about in the mainstream. Actually, Sports Card Nonsense did talk about this, and I give him props for actually talking about this, and it's the topic of money laundering, right? And he's saying, like, they could use manipulation, money laundering is going on, and it could distort the pricing mechanism. I totally agree with that. Here's the thing. I suspected during the pandemic, along with many others, that massive money laundering was going on. And it's in my belief that these auction houses don't have a strong control system over money laundering. Why do I say that? Well, you can do your own research. There are people out there with shady records out there that have been pouring a lot of money into this hobby. And you have to ask yourself, where does the money originate from? I don't believe some of these high-end sales that occurred. And if they did occur, they didn't come legitimately. So we're looking at the dynamic. I mean, look at 2020, 2021. Like, how many of those sales were legit? And how much was money laundered? This is a subject that a lot of people won't talk about. I was called a crank a couple years ago with the Kurt's Card Care situation. All right. And at that time, what, 10,000 people he had 10,000 customers? It's a lot more now. I'm just looking at it, okay, cards are juiced. Trimmers are back because it's hard to make a profit because of, the pandemic. Those days are over. The Gary V pumping is gone. So how else are you going to make money? You have to cheat the system. Now, people won't agree with it. People get mad at me. I don't care. I'm going to tell you what I think. And, also add in the money laundering going on. Like, this hobby, as much as we use to distract ourselves, it's just like the real world. I don't like saying that, but that's the reality. A lot of people want to put their blinders on and drink the Kool-Aid. That's fine. And ultimately, if you're trying to, speculate, I have nothing against people trying to make a buck the right way. And that is not engaging in fraud or hanky-panky behavior. If you want to, buy lots and sell those cards individually, okay, fine, Now, the graded cards are tainted big time, in my opinion. That's why I'm looking at, okay, buying raw cards in lots. And if, for instance, it's stolen property, like some people have to repay someone if they buy stolen property. If there's a situation like that, it's not that much to reimburse the person. It's a low risk situation. Now, it's a lot of work going into it, but that's what I look at. So despite a lot of things being fake, and despite, someone like Great Curator, making content up or rigging content, staging content, whatever you want to call it, there are still opportunities in this hobby. There are still ways to profit. And in the best way, or not the best way, but one way is actually the boring way, which I get mocked for, and it creates opportunities. So despite all this, you could call me negative for a lot of the things in the video, there is light at the end of the tunnel, but a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to put in the hard work to do things the right way. They want to grift. They want to do what the players did in the 1990s. And guess what? There are consequences for that. And there will be consequences for this. And I'll be doing more videos on this. Some people will get mad. Some people will unfollow. Guess what? I don't care. I'm still going to do these videos. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.